All right, welcome everyone. This is the first ever MoreVisibility roundtable discussion. But as you can see, it's really like the end table. So maybe we'll call it the end table, oval end table discussion. My name is Teixeira, flanked by Mr. Theo Bennett. Not quite sure really what you're doing here, but maybe you'll show us something really cool on a monitor. And of course, to his left, Danielle Leitch, our Executive Vice President here at MoreVisibility. So guys, let's talk about Bing. No, not bada Bing, but Bing, the Microsoft search engine, the new search engine. Danielle, your comments please about this brand new search engine. This is all I hear about. Bing this, Bing that, bada Bing. I don't know if they're talking about Sopranos. I don't know what they're talking about, so please explain.
So Bing is the new and improved, so they say, search engine from MSN or Microsoft. And there is a lot of hype, you're absolutely right, and that's part of the play in which Microsoft is trying to ride the wave on right now. There's more to come. Supposedly they're going to be rolling out a huge advertising campaign, spending a lot of money to be further promoting and advertising the new Bing engine. If you go to msn.com, you will notice now at the top of the screen, the search box is flanked by the Bing logo. If you try to type in live.com, which was Microsoft's last foray into creating a new brand and a new website, that will immediately redirect to the new Bing.com website as well. So everything has been converted over to Bing, but this is not Microsoft's first time, as I just alluded to, into attempting to market and promote a new website. Not that long ago, Microsoft came out with Live, and everything was live, 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 and live.com. And unfortunately, it was a decent search engine. I think it was, okay. It had its pros, it's had its cons. But the bigger concern that I have, and MoreVisibility as a search engine marketing and search engine optimization agency, is what impact does all of this have on the advertisers? And the end result is, for advertisers, I just don't see how Bing is going to turn out any different than Live is. Unless Microsoft, and very possibly they may, has some kind of a strategic plan to increase distribution through a partnership deal. And that's a very possible likelihood, and it's been talked about before, particularly with Yahoo, but without a distribution deal, Microsoft's volume or MSN.com and Bing.com's volume is what it is. Would Bing and all of the hype bring some more market share right now? Sure, very possibly it will. Is that going to really sway the pie chart of the overall Microsoft pie chart market share, especially cutting into the piece of the pie that Google owns? Not by very much. Is that going to impact our advertisers or the advertisers out there that are running in Microsoft or that are running now on the Bing platform for sponsored listings? Not enough, I don't think, to see any significant impact. So, is it cool? Theo will talk about what some of the usability features and functionalities are that, yeah, they're cool. Is it gonna wipe Google out? No. Is it gonna make major impact on the Microsoft advertisers right now? Unfortunately, I don't think so. But time will tell, and again, I hope bigger picture that there's some type of a strategic partnership deal in the works from Microsoft and MSN, because they do have a great advertising platform. Ad Center is super cool and does have a lot of great features, and we see with our advertisers tremendous ROI and tremendous conversion rates. So if we can capitalize on that with more volume and distribution, I'm all for it.
So where does the name, do you guys know where the name Bing comes from? Did they just happen to be watching Sopranos one day and say, oh, that's a cool name? Was there like some kind of acronym?
I don't think it has anything to do with the Sopranos, Joe.
No,
because it definitely is a very buzzworthy name to have out there. It's easy to remember, right. Absolutely. So there's definitely some, some popularity from it.
Apparently they've done a lot of research into that name works on all continents and in all countries and in all languages.
Internationally safe.
So Bing is good and safe, and I'm sure they've done a lot of research onto it, and apparently they're going to spend $100 million on advertising this new engine. But just, for those of you that haven't seen it, we can take a look at it here on our monitor. Hopefully you can all take a look at it or go to bing.com and check it out. And rather than Google's more austere interface, starts with a pretty picture, which I guess is nice.
Not a portal though, not a portal.
No.
So it's still clean and simple a la Google, but you're right, little prettier.
Right. And some of the different features that you will experience as you search is that a lot like when maybe you type in your Google toolbar or Google search box and it starts suggesting alternatives, Bing will also, after the search, have those alternatives or related searches available for you to kind of filter your search down, which is kind of a nice feature. One of the things that, it can add value, but not really. One of the things that I like is just being a sports fan. If you're looking at a sports team or something that's very well categorized, you can quickly get information about that topic, schedule, whatever it might be, upcoming games, stats, scores, etc. Does a good job of categorizing information like that to anything that you might want that's relevant to your team. And that's true for other things besides sports as well. And then one of the things that I think is really neat actually about Bing is the way that you can scroll through and look at images rather than Google image search, which is you have to go page by page pretty much, and a lot of irrelevant images. This one just allows you to hover and then scroll. So you can scroll and keep scrolling until those images are done, and you can also very easily segment your search by these different factors here. You'll see in the bottom left you have size, layout, style, people, and there's other options within that. For example, if you want a headshot of Alfonso Soriano, the all-star left fielder for the Chicago Cubs, then you can select head or head and shoulders and go from there. So that's one of the neat features of it. I think that's nice, and with Microsoft, the power of Microsoft behind Bing and the advertising budget, they might take a little market share, but it's yet to be seen.
So some cool features, but again, it's early on. And one thing, Theo, if you'll go back to the second tab there, something interesting to notice is where's the ads? Where's the sponsored listings? So maybe if we can pull up a couple other search terms, Theo, and,
Sure.
and see if we can't find some advertisements there, because interestingly enough, this is really, Microsoft didn't just reinvent their wheel here or their search engine for the good of mankind. It's also to attempt to push more revenue through their Ad Center product and to obtain more users to their engine. So here we found a couple of sponsored sites, and you'll notice down the right-hand rail there a couple of sponsored listings. Interestingly enough, the third one down is denoted with a little money sign there, a little icon, Bing Cashback. I'm going to assume, since I haven't investigated it further, that this is the new version of Live Cashback. Live Cashback came out, I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago, which was almost like an affiliate partnership, and that was MSN's push to try to get, again, more people using their search engine, and they would pay them almost like a rebate or a cashback. So with this new engine, how are you going to track it? How are you going to know if it really is bringing any more business to your website? Joe, Google Analytics expert, thoughts on that?
Well, thank you very much. I do have a contribution to the Google Analytics part of it. We don't have much time, but I printed out a way that you can track Bing.com in your Google Analytics account as an organic search engine. Please zoom into my very beautiful text file printout of what you would need to do to add to your Google Analytics tracking code. This one line of code, this add organic function, you add this in to your Google Analytics tracking code, and Bing.com now becomes an organic search engine instead of a referral website, because right now the Google Analytics tracking script is not updated yet. So, this is definitely a good way to be able to track what Danielle was talking about, tracking anything that happens on Bing.com as an organic search, or even if you have some of the paid ads, you can track that too.
For
Yeah,
jokes.
Thanks for showing that.
Anytime,
I knew
anytime.
you were here for a reason, my man.
Anytime.
So we'd like to, of course, thank you all for watching this video. We hope you had a good time, and maybe you'll join us again for another end table discussion from More Visibility. Thanks.